Welcome back, my fellow aggressive learners. In this section, we shall be talking about Rgba, where the A stand for what? Alpha. All right, it has to do with opacity, or rather transparency, and all that. So, and then I've gone ahead to add extra tag. All right, I called it what? Last column. So we shall be dealing with this one after the other. So let's quickly look at this. So remove this background first. All right, let's do some things here. Let's do some acrobatic. So I'm going to remove this and I'm going to do Rgba instead of RGB. So I'm going to do this, and I want to do 255, the very first one. And I want to do 0. I want to do 0. That means I'm signifying red. Now the very last element, which is the A, I want it to be 1. Check it out. So it's as good as me. What's changed? Nothing changed. It's as good as me just leaving it the way it is. All right, just leaving it the way it is. All right, but however, it is Rgba. So let's be patient as we keep moving. Let's see what happens. Now let's go ahead and define the second element. What is it? My green, right? Yeah, Rgba, my green. So, and then this time around, I don't want it to be red. I want it to be what? To be green. I want it to be green. So let me do 255 here. So, but this time around, I don't want that. I want to reduce it by 25. I want to reduce the opacity by 25. So 0.75. Let it not be 1. All right. I want to reduce it by 25. But I want it to be, let's make it to be red, so that what you're doing will make sense. Or, yes, use red. Red is okay. I think red sends a better information. Notice that the red on this is not the same red on, sorry, I had to increase my, it's not the same. This red is thicker than this one. Now let's try the very last one, right? Which is my blue. So we are reducing this by 0.5, 0.50. All right, check it out. You can see that the opacity of this is not the same thing as this. It's gradually depreciating. Now let's do the last color. We had last color. And then I do color Rgba 255, still red, right? Let's still use red. We're going to change them gradually. And then I want the opacity to be what? To be 0. You can do 25, right? You can do 25. Of course, if you do 25, you will see that it's going to be, sorry, 0.25. 0.25. 0.25. You can see the way it is decreasingly becoming less powerful. All right, good. Is decreasingly becoming what? Transparent. All right, the opacity is gradually what? Decreasing. So I can also name this what? To be 0. So when I name it to be 0, you will notice that we're no longer seeing it again. It has gone. So what do? That means for us to see it, we would have to what? Give the body a background color, or we give this particular element a background. Remember I said we're not using background color again. Let's keep using this so that we get to understand what is happening in there. Rgba. So I can give it all 0, 0. I want it to be 255, but this time around I want the opacity of my color to be 1. All right, it's as good as it is blue. What is the color of the writing? The color of the writing is red. Okay, let's make it to 0. Thank you. 0.50. Something is there. We can't seem to see it. So let's make this black and see. What's going on here? Okay. So let's do Okay, so let's take it this way. Let's do background color again. Background RGBA. Now let's do the first color because we want to see that color that is already dark. Now we already have the three colors. Now this time around I want 0, right? Transparency to be completely 0. Thank you very much. Now we go. Remember what we have here is red, right? What we have here is red, and I think we could leave it 0. You could see. So just to make it a little bit visible, we place it at dot 0. You could see just a little bit. So you could see how transparency is the way opacity, the last alpha value, affected these different colors. All right. Now you can even put background for all these ones. All right. You can put background. Let's start from the down. All right. The way we are going. So background. Let me copy this because I don't want to stress myself. So I'm going to change this to, let's say, I'm going to give it a value of my choice, 12. Please, you can go ahead and choose whatever you want. All right. Even me, I don't know what I'm choosing. All I know is that I want to give a color, and I want to do .25. You can see I have a background color on this element. All right. So I can go ahead and copy this and do this. I wrote .25 is still the same thing as 0.25. Don't forget. So I can go ahead and then pick 1, do 148, and do 19. I don't know what it looks like, but I just keep making progress, right? So I can also go ahead, and then this time around, I want this one to be 75, 75, 75, or even 60, right? So this one, I want it to be what, 90. All right, so you can see how these whole tides are changing gradually. So you remember, just imagine if I had 10 here, like that. Just that is the power of what RGBA. So you can play around with it, do a couple of things with it and all that. So in this session, I just want to say congratulations, because you now know what RGB colors are, you know what RGB is, you know how to apply them, you know how to generate them, you will be able to play around with them. So when I have RGBA, you should know it has what, 4 values. All right, and I want you to master how you can play around with these things and all that. So see you in the next class.